Hey folks, James Abrenio coming to you from Abrenio Law, your Northern Virginia personal injury and criminal defense law firm. In this video, I want to talk about a situation where, let's say you've had serious complex injuries, you've had a long-term recovery, you've had maybe months, even years of trying to get back to before how you were physically before the accident, and you're wondering, James, when do I start pursuing my case? When do I have to file a lawsuit? When do I have to turn in this case? When do I stop getting the claim for my injury? My answer is really simple. Under Virginia law, you have a 2-year statute of limitation to file a lawsuit. That means you've got 2 years before you're obligated to file in court to preserve your claim. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying wait until 2 years, but you have 2 years under the law to pursue that claim. And what that means is for many injuries, that's going to give you a lot of time to recover and to get better and then be able to process what the actual value of your claim is and give an opportunity to try to settle it outside of court. Um, the reason this matters is I want to be clear, once you settle your case, you can't go back for more money. So oftentimes, clients with complex injuries will come to me after they've tried to negotiate their case with the insurance company directly, and the insurance company is trying to get them to close out their claim. And so what they're trying to do is say, look, we'll give you some money now and call it a day. But in doing that, what they're implicitly doing is having you or trying to get you to cut off any further claims as a result of your accident. So to be clear, let's say you get in a car accident, you end up fracturing a wrist, and let's say you have surgery and then 6 months of physical therapy, and then you settle your case 2 weeks after that. But then it turns out that the surgeries there's complex recovery. You end up having to go get another surgery. Once you've settled your claim, that's it. So you can't go back for more money. So before you settle your claim, particularly if you have complex injuries, you want to make sure that your case is fully resolved. Or if you need to file a lawsuit so you can extend the time in order to make that claim. What you don't want to do is be in a situation where you've settled a claim, there's still money on the table, there's still insurance money on the table, and you've left that there. And now that you've settled your claim, you can't go back for more money. Now, what does this mean from a practical standpoint? I can tell you, at least when it comes to my clients, if somebody's got a really complex injury, even if they resolve, let's say in 6 months or a year, a lot of times I'm going to want direct input from their medical provider who can confirm to me, James, look, this person has reached full medical improvement. They're not going to have any more complications from the accident. They're not going to need additional treatment. They're not going to need surgery. Or, look, they've reached maximum medical improvement, and this is what I expect is going to have to happen consistently for this period of time or forever. So I want to make sure that it's not just me and the client deciding, well, we think we're better. I typically want a doctor to sign off on a recovery before I pursue settlement in the complex cases that we oftentimes deal with here. Now, if you've been the victim of a car accident through somebody else's negligence or some other negligent act that caused the injury here in Virginia, and you have a complex injury and you're still trying to figure out what you should be doing, maybe you're towards the end of treatment and you think you're done, feel free to reach out to an attorney just to get their thoughts. There's nothing, usually, most attorneys will talk to you free of charge for a free consult. We know that. I know that we will. And many times I'll say to you, look, I think you're good to go and you can try to settle your own claim. Oftentimes I'll say, I think it's getting complicated. Make sure that you keep us on speed dial in case the insurance company starts playing games, but at least get input about your rights. The other thing is oftentimes what I've had in clients calling me and asking for advice, they'll tell me, James, I want to try to settle my claim myself. And I'll say, go ahead and do that. And then they'll end up calling me 6 months later because the insurance company's essentially trying to run out the clock. So that's another thing you want to be careful about. Don't let them run out the clock on you. The insurance adjuster is not your friend. They're not there for your best interests. Not all of them are honest and all that stuff. So you can't expect them to do your job for you. You can't expect them to preserve your rights for you. So hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have other questions about your injury case here in Virginia, feel free to check out our website, www.abreniolaw.com. We've written videos, or we've made videos, we've written articles, hopefully a lot of useful information. We've hopefully answered questions you didn't think to ask. But if you have additional questions, feel free to reach out to us. Phone number is 703-570-4180. You can also give me an email at james@abreniolaw.com. Thanks a lot. Hope all is well.